Two Canadiens legends, Dryden and Price. From generation to generation, the Montreal Canadiens have been defined by greatness between the pipes. In the 1970s, it was Ken Dryden, calm, unshakable, larger than life. Decades later, it was Carey Price, modern, spectacular, carrying the hopes of a city. Tonight we remember two goaltenders, two icons who made Habs fans believe. In 1971, a rookie goalie named Ken Dryden stunned the hockey world. He led the Canadiens past Boston, past Chicago, and straight to the Stanley Cup. It was the beginning of a dynasty, 6 championships in the decade, 5 Vezinas, and a legacy as one of the greatest to ever play. Dryden wasn't just a goaltender. He was a thinker, an author, a voice for the game. But on the ice, he was everything a fan could dream of, steady, fearless, unbeatable when it mattered most. He set the standard for what it meant to wear the Canadiens' crest. Years later, another goaltender carried that torch. Carey Price never won a Stanley Cup, but make no mistake, he dominated his position just as Dryden once did. An Olympic gold medalist, a Hart and Vezina winner, the all-time leader in wins for the Canadiens. Price gave Montreal everything he had, night after night. He was calm under pressure, spectacular in the big moments, and the heartbeat of a franchise. For a new generation of fans who never saw Dryden, Price was that same larger-than-life figure. When he was in goal, the Canadiens always had a chance. 2 eras, 2 legends, both won Olympic gold, both dominated their time, both carried the weight of Canadiens' history with grace, pride, and honor. For fans, they gave us something priceless, belief. The belief that our team could rise again. The belief that, no matter the opponent, Montreal had the best in net. Ken Dryden, Carey Price, different generations, same impact. They defined the Canadiens for decades, and they will forever live in our memories and in the hearts of Habs fans everywhere. Two Canadiens legends, gone the same day, but never forgotten.
Welcome to the special edition of the live show of the Hockey Nation about the goaltender Carey Price and, of course, the legend, the greatest goaltender, passed away at 78 years old yesterday, Mr. Ken Dryden. Welcome, everybody. Thanks to be a part of the show tonight. Usually we are off during the summer, Saturday night, but with the loss of 2 great goaltenders inside the Montreal Canadiens, and more about Ken Dryden passed away. I think it was an obligation to me to be here tonight to celebrate Ken Dryden. Many of you saw Ken Dryden play hockey. Many of you grow to watch the Montreal Canadiens during the dynasty in 1970s. And tonight, this is your show. It's not about me. It's about you sharing what Ken Dryden bring to you. And for the younger people, never saw Ken Dryden, that will be a great opportunity to share with all the people who's going to see that recording video later to recognize who was Ken Dryden. And for the youngest, they grow with Carey Price. I think that would be a great opportunity to learn more about the legend, the number 29, Ken Dryden. So tonight, I'm going to sharing what I think about Carey Price and Ken Dryden. 2 players, great goaltender between the pipe for the Montreal Canadiens and Trent Tegate. But both of them bring something unique at the Montreal Canadiens, and their departure is going to leave, of course, great memories for all the Montreal Canadiens fans. When I make a video yesterday, a tribute about Ken Dryden, my purpose was just sharing how much Ken Dryden make an impact in my life to watching hockey at a young age. Guy Lafleur was my favorite players, but after that, it was Ken Dryden and Larry Robinson. And Dryden, he was different. personality, character, but I always admire the composure of Ken Dryden between the pipe. And when I make that video, it was just about sharing my thought about him. But when I realized yesterday the number of comments I get, like it was coming at maybe 20, 30 every 20 minutes. I don't know how many we got. I tried to respond for all of them. It was difficult because it was overwhelming. But one thing I was shocked, it's I got fans from Columbus, Toronto, Boston, Chicago, Rangers, Islanders, and many other fans or other teams. Recognize Ken Dryden, one of the best goalie in hockey, and many of them, like you, watch the Montreal Canadiens. For them, watching the Montreal Canadiens for the opponent team is different, but recognize the talent and the legend Ken Dryden. For me, it was like, wow, this was impressive. A little bit the departure of Guy Lafleur or Jean Béliveau a couple years ago. Ken Dryden was an icon for the Montreal Canadiens. He made an impact for many, many people. And we still remember 15 years ago how Ken Dryden started in NHL as a rookie. We saw after that other goaltenders like Patrick Roy. Prior Ken Dryden, we saw Jacques Plante. But for the most of you saw Price, Roy, and Dryden, we have to consider the career of Ken Dryden one of the biggest and greatness goaltender in the NHL with what he accomplished only in 8 years is phenomenal. Yes, the team was there in front of him, but like Larry Robinson said today, I was lucky and I'm really grateful and thankful to play with a player like Ken Dryden, and many times he saved my life, and I look better because of all the big save Ken Dryden did for the team. So tonight, that's what we're going to do. We're going to see and talk more about the career of Ken Dryden. We're going to talk a little bit about Carey Price, of course. Toots friend goaltender and Toots friend they gate, but they make a big impact. So welcome everybody. Thanks for being part of the show. We only ask you one thing, guys, is to sharing your memories about Ken Dryden. And don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the channel. We bring the best content we can about the Montreal Canadiens and the other NHL team. At the beginning, we're not going to talk about tonight all the news around the league. We're going to focus more on the career of Ken Dryden tonight at Carey Price. I'm going to get that show approximately 60 minutes or a little bit 90 minutes maximum because usually we do 2 hours, But at the end, maybe do a trivia, a 3 question about Ken Dryden. Not easy question, but I think it's fun to do those kind of trivia at the end. So thanks everybody to be a part of the show tonight. Ken Dryden, remembering Ken Dryden tonight. 1971, rookie year, he started with a record of 6-0. And then he brought the Montreal to the Stanley Cup. Won the Conn Smythe before the Calder. He was the MVP of that playoff. Carey Price. Unbelievable. Not Carey Price, but Ken Dryden. I apologize. That year, I was approximately maybe 8, 9 years old for me. I still remember the Boston Bruins, the Phil Esposito, the Bobby Orr, the Johnny Busick. They was dominate the NHL. Jerry Cheevers, and I can go with more players. But one player stopped them from Cornell University, the 6'4", born in Hamilton, show up and change the trajectory of the Boston Bruins. And finally, they win. They beat the Chicago Blackhawks with Stan Mikita, Dennis Hall, Bobby Hall, and many others. That was the first year of Ken Dryden between the pipe with the number 29. With that, during his span of 8 years and with the Montreal Canadiens, he won the Stanley Cup 6 times. Unbelievable. His save percentage was over .922. He accomplished things like no one did in NHL. Tall guy, 6'4", his posture on the top of his stick make him special. His intelligence, his passion for other things make special Ken Dryden. A lot of people got in the chat. Thanks so much to be a part of the show. I'm going to get back with you. I just want to sharing. During that 8th season, 5 times the Vezina Trophy in NHL. 1972, who remember the Summit Series, Canada, USSR. The 8th game, the first 4 game, sharing the pie with Tony Esposito. Ken Dryden played a major role inside of Team Canada. That series was amazing. We discover player from Russia, Arlamov, then Tretiak, and many others. Beyond hockey, Ken Dryden was also as known a author, the book, The Game. If you did not read it, I suggest you and I recommend you, it's a must to read the book, The Game by Ken Dryden. He became lawyer, broadcaster, a politician in Canada, a teacher. The most important behind that, he was a kind of man, a friend for many people, a husband, a dad for 2 daughters. That was Ken Dryden, the number 29. And his impact was not only on the ice, it was off ice for many years until he passed away Friday, September 5th, 2025. We have Darrell, Butch, Run with Kings, Enar Tap, Mark Elliott, and many of you guys keep constant to sharing. This is the night tonight is special. We recognize one of the greatest goaltender in the Montreal Canadiens history. Many of you, 90% I believe of you, watch Ken Dryden, grow with Ken Dryden. He was one of the favorite players for many, many hockey fans. Let's move on for other things about Ken Dryden. I don't know, I have tendency to say more Ken Dryden. How Ken Dryden changed the goaltending position? Size and presence. At 6'4" and 205 pounds, not many goalies at that time was big like him. We saw more goaltenders, 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", barely 6. It was rare to see a goaltender with flexibility, agility, like Ken Dryden at 6'4". The Tony Esposito that time, the Bernie Perrin. We can talk about Gum Worsley, Ed Giacomin, Mike Palmetier, and I can go all the way, Jerry Cheevers. There was different goaltender style and size. Ken Dryden changed that position by his 6'4" body. He used his long frame to cut angle, stay upright, and make shoulder feel like there was no room left. That was revolutionary back then. He was not afraid to get out of the crease. That time the crease was not square. Remember, it was a half moon. I don't know how they can find a point check of different pointer for the puck, but his intelligence or Ken Dryden figure out that position to be one of the best as a goaltender, Ken Dryden. Next thing, Ken Dryden changed also the personality factor. Dryden was different. He leaned on his stick when the play was at the other end. How confident he was, giving off a air of complete confidence. After the ice, he was intellectual, writing, studying law, becoming an ambassador for the sport. He showed fans a teammate that a goalie could be more than just a player. He could be a leader, a thinker, and a symbol of poise under pressure. That was Ken Dryden. Nice to see you back in our tap. Welcome back, Mr. Nartap. And finally, he was calm, positional style. While many goalies of that era flap or scramble, Dryden relied on his positioning, patience, and efficiency. He looked calm, almost casual, yet unbeatable. That was Ken Dryden. The 6'4", 205 pounds between the pipe for the Montreal Canadiens, behind Guy Lafleur, Jacques Lemaire, Steve Schott, Yvon Lambert, Doug Riseborough, Mario Tremblay. The big three, Lapointe, Savard, Robinson. His backup goalie, Michel Bonny Larocque, and many others played with Ken Dryden. He made a huge impact for his teammate and for the Montreal Canadiens fans. Now, when was the first time you saw Ken Dryden play? Share with me, when did you see him for the first time? Do you still remember that moment? You know, when the Summit Series, Russia, Canada play, I was at the school. I don't know, grade 2, 3, I don't know, remember. But I remember the teacher bring the TV and the class and show the game. Afternoon, when they won 6-5 with Paul Anderson. I remember me, Dryden, when they beat the Chicago. This is what I remember the most, well, not the most, but my first interaction to remember Ken Dryden. It was the 2 goals of Henri Richard, but Ken Dryden was the goalie. That's what I remember the first time Ken Dryden for me. Maybe I said before that, I'm sure, but that game, that moment they beat the Chicago Blackhawks, it was unbelievable for me for that. And that's the reason that's what I remember the most about Ken Dryden, my first time. There are other great memories we can talk about Ken Dryden. The game against Russia, December 31st. The score 3-3. Dryden was excellent between the pipe. Those moments, the race of the Stanley Cup, the dynasty on the Montreal Canadiens, back to back. Dryden played a major role in the playoff. I remember those moments too, when they beat the Flyers. But Dryden, my first time, it was that series against Chicago Blackhawks. Grade 2 in my classroom at Butch. Same thing happening to me back in school against the Russia. Trechak against Dryden. Dryden will play deep. Mark. The emergence of Dryden in the playoff against heavily favorite Bruins team was iconic. You're right. Mark Elliott, thanks for the likes. I appreciate a lot, everybody. Special edition tonight, live stream of the Hockey Nation about Ken Dryden. Leaning on his stick, one of the most iconic moments, up there with Ali Tower overing Livingston. Great point about that. My second thing I want to talk about, guys, is about what is your favorite Ken Dryden memory as a Canadian? We talk about the first time. For me, Chicago playoff. But the most favorite moment of Ken Dryden, I just talk about fun moment. The game against Russia, the playoff race. his longevity on the playoff, one time he lost only 2 games, 1 year. And his consistency to be between the pipe and to bring that team to the next level. Do I have one specific moment? I still remember, I still have to go his first year. I don't know because he was the surprise everybody the way he came in the NHL, and nobody knew the 6'4". Remember, he was drafted by the Boston Bruins. It was straight. Another great moment of Sam Polak. Great for Ken Dryden. And he turned completely that team when he showed up with the Bleu Blanc Rouge. So that would be impressive. His only real weakness was play the puck behind the net. It could be an adventure, but until Roy, I never see a goalie make as many big save and high quality chance. Good point about that. We have Roger Bouchard. Welcome back. I remember watching his first regular season game with the Habs. But it's a good thing I checked out your channel. I did not even know he passed away, coach. I'll be honest with you guys. Usually, because I live in Tehran, 90% of the news happening during the day. I sleep usually. So I have a couple of people wake me up when I have a big news. When the news get out, it came from my notification on my phone, but it was about 11 o'clock, I believe, or maybe 12:15 p.m. afternoon for me. And the article was out from one specific website about 10 minutes. So I was one of the first to make those news on my social media and to create a quick video about his live or Ken Dryden. And then I sharing it with many people, and that's what people realized he was passed away. And many of you wake up the next morning and you heard the news. Because it's happening approximately midnight that night. So that's happening. Darrell, the first time was when he won the Calder, the beginning of his high school. He was finished when I was in university. A glorious time to be an Habs fan. My friend here for Chicago, I got to glad often. Rick Bengal, the save versus Papin had his stick in the air. Great point about that. Jim Papin from the Blackhawks. I watched him on YouTube run. Rick also is in the chat. Think about it. Kent was the definition of the money goalie. One is matter most. He played his best legend. Again, keep sharing. This is Unite. This is a time to talk about Ken Dryden. And of course, we're going to talk more about him the next couple of days. But tonight, we want to celebrate the Ken Dryden career with the Montreal Canadiens. Passed away at 78 years old. How many of you, when you were kids, pretend to be Ken Dryden, play street hockey or on the pond or on the backyards or on the ice behind the school, everywhere like that? I still remember. When you play hockey, whatsoever, I don't know, but I think 99% people want to be goalie. If you play forward or defenseman, you want to try to be goalie. So when we play on the street, but you want to be Guy Lafleur or you want to be Ken Dryden. And because I was play forward too, I want to be goalie when we play on the street. I want to make that save with a glove. And I was different side. I'm not like a goalie normal. I got other side like Mike Palmedier, example. So my dream was to be Ken Dryden, but with my size, I was far to be Ken Dryden, but I was trying to make all the kinds of save, everything like that, between 2 blocks of the ice for my pipe and a crazy orange icy or orange ball, hard it can be to stop the puck. Nobody want to be goalie. It was not the caoutchouc puck. It was an orange ball. And when it get cold during the winter on the street, that ball, when he get hit, was not fun. It was not during summertime. So who remember the blue, blanc, rouge, rubber or caoutchouc ball? I still remember that. A blue, blanc, rouge ball, and when you shoot that puck and you make a save, whatever it is, or you miss the net, the puck go all the way everywhere. You have to run after the ball. It was pretty funny. It was a great time. We don't see that anymore. But those moments to be Ken Dryden, I was. Honestly, I have only one shirt. No, I did not say that. I always have one Canadian jersey, many Canadian jersey, but it was always number 10. I think I got only one. It's number 9 for Maurice Richard. But all of them, it was number 10. I never had 29 or whatsoever, or Dryden. But play on the ice, on the street, it was the best time. You know, your mom screaming about you, hey, come home. You know, play in the dark, the car go around. We don't see that anymore. We miss that. Now it's PlayStation. It just was a different time. Ken Dryden was part of that, her life. That's what happened. Rudolph, I remember car. Yeah, everyone remember the unique restful pose they had with the stick between the face-off. You're right about this. Goalie is the best position run. My spirit is still in the 20s with triple W. I became a lacrosse goalie, Coach Dryden. Here we go. Audio. Caoutchouc equal rubber. Yeah, caoutchouc is French, by the way, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, the equipment was so small. I have a picture of Ken. If we see the clips, check a picture of Ken Dryden put beside Carey Price. The chest equipment of Carey Price is maybe double size of Ken Dryden. By the way, the picture you see right now on the screen, not over my head, but on my maybe left side or right side, depending how you see that from the camera, right? With the curtain behind Ken Dryden. This is a picture I have from the newspaper called The Dernière Heure in French. Every Sunday for about 2-3 years, at the beginning of 1970s, 69, 70, 71, 72, those years, they release every Sunday a picture of an athlete or a personality every Sunday. My mom was, and my family was always about the Journal de Montréal. We're not intellectual, so we don't get the La Price. But the Sunday, my mom got 3 different kind of newspaper. I don't going to mention the 2 other newspaper, but it's finished by police. But the other one was the Dernière Heure for me to get the picture of that. So that picture, guys, is 15 years. I have about something like maybe 60, 100 different picture of this. It's glassy, very nice. But this was in 1970 or 71. I still have them. Everywhere I move, I don't bring a lot. But everywhere I carry on that, honestly. So that's happening there. Yeah, that's red, blue, and white ball. It was heavy as hell. I would put on my head a brown paper bag, make too old, and it to protect my face. I was the goalie at PLW. Road hockey was usual a tennis ball and not the evil orange ball. Kevin only player in history to win a Connie Smythe before the goaltender. TH have already come back already. Don't forget, get to click on the likes. A special edition of the Ken Dryden evening. So that's happened, guys, about Ken Dryden. I was just want sharing what happening for him, for Ken Dryden tonight. Don't hesitate in the chat to sharing what you have. Le Devoir. Oh, another newspaper, Le Devoir. Another was not on my on the intellectual side of my family. Le Devoir, La Price was more about the Journal de Montréal with Yvon Petneau. That's what happening for Ken Dryden. I want to mention to you guys Carey Price, because Carey Price at the same day got traded to the San Jose Sharks, and Carey Price have a great career with the Montreal Canadiens. We have to recognize that. I understand it's not the same like Ken Dryden, never won the same cup. I understand that. But I think for the youngest generation people, the 20, 30, 40 years old, they never see Ken Dryden. But he grew with Patrick Roy, Carey Price. But Price was draft 5th overall pick, 2005. When he moved on the professional side of hockey, he started with the American Hockey League. And I think it was the Hamilton Bulldog, if I can recall it. It was not the Nova Scotia Voyageurs, les Voyageurs de la Nouvelle-Écosse. Long time ago. Long time ago. Anyway, he won the Calder Cup. It's not a Calder Trophy, but the Calder Cup is the trophy for the championship playoff in American Hockey League. Also, he was the MVP of the series. That was his first appearance in the Montreal Canadiens organization. We knew at that moment the 6'3" could have a great career with the Montreal Canadiens. It was a great selection for the Montreal, by the way. And then, who remember his historic season 2015? The Hart, the Vizina, the Lindsay, the Jennings, all trophy he won in 1 year. Not many did it. Dominique Hachette. And that's what happened for the police. And the police coach solely inspected the centerfold of this newspaper. GF Price won all the hardware but the Stanley Cup. You're right about that. He won the 2022, the Bill Mastodon, by the way. What about the 2020-2021? The playoff run. That year, it was my first year at the channel. Honestly, nobody knew who I was in the channel. And I cannot remember. This was what I believe, I can recall it, maybe Nartab is still here. I think it was the first time Nartab knew about my channel during the run of the playoff. And that opened the door, that playoff for my channel. We grow, we triple, I believe, during the playoff. The viewers, everybody follow. And I was so far bad who I am today. It was terrible when I watched all those time, but that run was amazing. Many of you, like me, I cannot recall it. What, the last time maybe in 2016, 15, maybe one time, and then 2010? We grew with the dynasty of the Montreal Canadiens, the 1986, the 1993. That kind of vibes, for me, did not happen close like that year, those year at 2020, 2021. And then we saw unfortunately, the flip side of that playoff with the injuries to Shea Weber and Carey Price. Price, internationally, it was like Dryden, won many gold. First, he was the World Junior Championship with Team Canada, the Olympic in 2014, I believe, in Sochi, and finally the World Cup with Team Canada. That was the career of Carey Price. Like I said, it's not about only
Two Canadiens legends, Dryden and Price. From generation to generation.
It was not only about Ken Dryden. I want to show a little bit moment for Carey Price. Maybe have some kind of moment about Carey Price too. Both of them left on the same day. This is crazy if you think about that. I've never thought Ken Dryden was sick like that. It was never heard anything about his illness. Shocking to hear that. Not shocking to see Carey Price leave. We know the purpose of Carey Price. He loved the Montreal Canadiens. He would do everything. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I have a lot of conversation left and right, and I got a lot of comments left and right of people. First of all, Carey Price, he had a no-close movement. He could refuse to leave the Montreal. But for the best interest for Montreal Canadiens is to get trade to make the team a better salary cap. He always told everyone he wants to help the Montreal Canadiens the best he can. Thirdly, I could be wrong. We did not hear a lot of time Carey Price complaining about the bad team he got in front of him. He did not complain a lot. He wanted to leave the Montreal Canadiens to have a chance to win the Stanley Cup. I think for me, he was loyal to the Montreal Canadiens. Maybe I'm wrong here, but that's what I see Carey Price. Of course, he's not perfect. Of course, everybody is not perfect. He make mistake. Understand that. He has his up and down sometimes out of on the off ice. But I think overall, Carey Price gave the best he can for the Montreal Canadiens. And obviously, like many of you said tonight, he did not win the Stanley Cup. That said, that's not represent him as a bad goalie. Yesterday, I asked a question about we should retire his jersey. They have debate of people who want to retire his jersey. They have other people, no. Some people leave the fact like you have to win the Stanley Cup to get the retired jersey. Some people said he had too many jerseys up. It'd be a privilege to get there. We have the honor, the circle of honor, something like that. The cerceau d'honneur in French, but I think it's honors, the circle of honor in English. I know that. And this is a good debate. Nothing wrong. Are you going to make the Hall of Fame? I think so. Goaltender like Luongo, Longvis, Picarini one day, they going to make the Hall of Fame. I think Carey Price is going to become a Hall of Famer. He is now the goaltender played the most between the pipe as a starter for the Montreal Canadiens, over 700 games. He owned the most W for the Montreal Canadiens between the pipe. That's said, does this guarantee him to get his retired jersey? No. What are the criteria? I don't know exactly the word in English. I had difficult tonight. What are the requirements to be on the rafter for the jersey? What are they? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how they base for all the requirement to get there. But I think for me, it deserves it. I think for me, you have different requirement. Longevity, impact, dominate position. They are three elements very important. Hockey change. Montreal Canadiens organization change. If you look about since 1993, how many retired jersey we put on the rafter was not part of the Montreal Canadiens from 95 to 2025. The only player on the 21st century for me is maybe Carey Price. No Markov, no coevo, in my opinion, on the rafter. And the future, we don't know. Example, it's hard to win a Stanley Cup. It's going to become harder and harder. It's not 6 team. It's not 12 team. It's not 18 team, 20 team, 22, 24, 28. It's 32. So if we base only you have to win a Stanley Cup, I don't see right now many of them going to be their jersey up. That said, I give you an example. If Cole Caulfield score 526 goals during his career with the Montreal Canadiens, it's just for talk about. He never won the Stanley Cup. He's going to be one of the top best 5 scorers, maybe 3 in NHL for the Montreal Canadiens. He played 17 years with the Montreal Canadiens, but he did not win the Stanley Cup. Now you're going to tell me he cannot put his jersey on the rafter? Some of you said, yeah, but players like Steve Schott deserve it. I'm not against that at all. But for me, only the Stanley Cup have a difficult time with that, because it's hard to win a Stanley Cup now. Maybe people say, yeah, you should be old school. I understand that because of my age, but I see the evolution of hockey now, and I feel like that way for me. But again, it's a debate. I agree or disagree, and you are right if you disagree with me, and I'm right if you disagree with me too. PS in the house, welcome back. Can I believe I'm watching Coach on a Saturday night eating chocolate chip cookies while having a coffee? PLW. What I'm surprised is your coffee. The chocolate chip, PL, I'm not surprised of you. But get a Saturday night with a coffee, I shake my head. PL, we love you, buddy. I'm glad to see you in the morning, PLW in the morning. I apologize if I don't talk too much because I'm working at the same time. I listen in on my one here, and then I'm listening the NHL network at the same time. It's complicated, and then I work at the same time, PL. So sometimes I see you pop up on the chat, and then I say hi to you, but I apologize if I don't have a lot of big conversation with you, PL. Solar, when did Dryden win Olympic gold? Good question about that. I'm not sure if he won the Olympic. I know sushi. I know Price did it. I will have to look about that, honestly. Not come in my head. Maybe someone can talk about this. It's not on the website I have right now. It's not there. He was the 100 greatest, the 100 anniversary greatest top 100 for that. But someone can answer to him. That'd be great. Only one PLW. Rudolph, the Hockey Nation friend, is not for NHL statistic. Price did great and international play. How many Vezina trophy did Price won at PLW? I think he won 2 or 3. He won one time the Vezina, the Jennings one time. He won Outfront Trophy, guys, only 1 year, 24-25, 14 and 15. And that's happening to him. It always debate that will always been ongoing. It really depends on the team. Montreal as a bar set. It's the same thing, guy. Who's the best goaltender in Montreal Canadiens organization from 1 to 4? Plante, Dryden, Roy, or Price? How many cup Price would win in the next decade with the crew. It was a sprint crazy. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? This is a great comment, Kev. Can you imagine Carey Price now pop up in NHL at 22 years old, 23 years old, and he's going to play with the Montreal Canadiens for the next 10 years with those kind of players that he's going to have in front of him? Wow. Retiring his number would be a recognition of his continuous excellence and even giving us a chance to compete for a cup. He deserves the recognition time. One reason, thanks PS. I'm working also, coach, but I guess I'm lucky enough to chat in the morning too. Yeah, it's not the same PLW. I'll be honest with you. I love Diesel a lot, but he's so much better as an analyst guy, talking. He knows his stuff. And to run the show is different. I think Max Ladon was better to run the show. Let's let Delon talking and let Diesel talking. At Diesel talking and Delon does not talk enough. And Anthony Marcotte, he's a good guy. I would never said anything negative against others. He knows his stuff. It's not a bad, but that chemistry, and we have to give them. I have to give them time. But the chemistry, Max, Delon, Diesel was better, in my opinion. But I could be wrong here. No disrespect for Montreal, not allowed. Great point about that. Solar, I tried to get that news right there. And I apologize. When the gold at Olympic. Special edition of the Ken Dryden night. Coach, hey, coach, we not have even more of a chance to win that Stanley Cup if Carey Price was fit and ready to play for Montreal this season. That would be a plus to win the Stanley Cup. I'm not sure about that. But because I still believe the team is not ready yet. It was draft Dryden, 14th overall pick, by the way. He was ranked number 1 with Cornell. I just tried. Ken Dryden never won the Olympic. He won at the World Championship in 1969 with Canada, and the only time he represents Canada is at the Summit Series in 1972. So this is the answer for Solar. And I hate when I don't know the answer, guys. So I apologize. I was a little bit quiet there. I need to learn. I need to learn everything. So I apologize for that. Well, for sure, a couple of years, Dryden was a bronze for a short time. Yes, it's just a question. He never wear the jersey. Got traded right away. Boston still regret their mistake. PS. It was Sam Polak, guys. Sam Polak was a magistral behind that part over there. For that, we have 10. Couple of more minutes, guys. I make a trivia. I think a lot of people, guys, love trivia. And I'm going to go this. Nothing big. Only 3 questions. It's not like a friendship quiz. It's just if you know a little bit more about Ken Dryden. And those stats of, 2 of the 3 questions is really good. So let's start with that one, guys. What was the longest consecutive playoff winning streak of Ken Dryden? Only in the playoff. How many games he wins straight? Is it 5, 3, 7, or more? I don't know. I'm not going to give the first answer right away. I want to give you about 1 minute. Put a number. How many game Ken Dryden win a consecutive playoff game winning straight for Ken Dryden? George, welcome. Gerard, welcome back. Love the game. Dryden play again his brother Dave. The shake in the middle after the game, Gerard. Well said. 8-8. Dave Dryden are the Buffalo Sabres. I made a great point. P.S. Don't think professional hockey players were eligible for Olympic, and those days changed in the 19. I believe Olympic was for amateur athlete. Great comments about that, GF. Rudolph go with 15. Just give you a little bit an idea, guys. And the playoffs during those 1970s was only 12 game, 12 W to win the Stanley Cup. And then you have, after that, 16 W. So, and our top 14, never mind, coach, I don't exist in playoff. I'm done. P.S. It's okay. Can enjoy our World Hall of Fame, a cup, at least in Montreal, after, just like we don't hang conference banners. Great point. Butch 80. P.S. So far, guys, we are all wrong. I'll give you a little bit more time, guys. Anybody want to know how many game Ken Dryden winning straight for Ken Dryden? I give you like 20 more seconds. Thanks again to be a part of the show tonight. Let's see what we got. I don't know. Here we go. 13, Ron. Price, Walt, Lindsay, Jennings, Visna, 25, Frescoli, 4-1 in 1 year. Is it not Dominic Hachek did it, Mark, for what I heard, but I could be wrong here. Dominic Hachek. Round 13. 9-8-2. Now we have to give the answer because the closest one is A2. If you do price and rights, the price is right. But run was not battled out because you missed the target. Both of them was 11, guys, for Ken Dryden. Let's move on for question number 2. Audio, and what is to be a compassionate human being? And our top 12, oh, that was really close on that one. Not a problem. Next question, guys. Which team below did Ken Dryden never play again in the playoff? Which team below did Ken Dryden never play in the playoff? PLW 12. I have 11. RJ, welcome back in the house. Talk about David Johnson, passed away at 82 years old. Is it the Blues, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Buffalo Sabres, or the Canucks? Great job on the likes, everybody. Thanks, Ron. Yeah, thanks. Again, we celebrate Ken Dryden passed away at 78 years old. RIP for and then they'll go number 3, the Buffalo Sabres. A2 Pittsburgh. It's a guess, triple W. Canucks for that. We all guess, Mr. Triple W, like A2 said. Ozzy Murphy, he go at 4. Butch go with 4. We're going to see other people. A lot of people go with that. I don't remember the Canucks, Mark. So Mark go with the Canucks on that one. Edmonton in our top. Google, welcome back, RP. In our top, the Edmonton are not there. Ron go with Sabres. Anata go with Pittsburgh. RDP go with Buffalo. Welcome back, LDP. By the way, for all of you, since I moved, I didn't have a chance to go to the gym at all. So I buy some dumbbell and they show up yesterday. So today, I attack the dumbbell. Butch RDP, we're going to give you that answer, guys. And we got stuck with Sevigny. We got 2 good answers, guys. And of course, he's back in the house tonight. And it's the Pittsburgh Penguins, Mr. A2 and NR Tap. We are not Toronto. We don't hang up number for popularity contest at the clock and get more. What next? Domi and Digger. Good out number 4, the Canucks. No, I was shocked myself when I saw that, guys. The Canucks play one time again, Ken Dryden. And finish the last one, guys. Which team was the only one to beat Ken Dryden twice in the 1977 playoff? You can go to Google, it's easy. But which team beat Ken Dryden twice in 1970 playoff? And they are the only 2 losses. He finished that year 12-2 and 14 games. Montreal won the playoff in 14 games. The Blues, Boston, Islanders, or the Flyers? Which team beat the Montreal Canadiens twice in 1977 playoff? Pittsburgh really sucked with Dryden was playing. Good point, A2. Including playoff, Kev. LDP go with Islanders. Billy go with Islanders. Flyers, Nendal. Mark Islanders. West and Ozio at Flyers. Flyers A2, Nendal 4. The Flyers. We miss about 1-2 to get the New York Islanders, of course, in our top. Gary Connery go at Boston. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks to be a part of the show. At Boston, who else? Butch. Butch go with number 2, Boston. Here we go, guys. He did it again. 0003 with number 3. 007 with number 3. The Enders guy is Islanders. And in our tap score again on that one. Mr. 007 got the goal on this one. Then we have a few more. Mac Elliott got that one. The LDP, Billy, scored a goal on that one. Great comment, A2, about the Pittsburgh Penguins. They was not very good on that one. And Gary, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being a part of the show tonight. On that one, that was the last question of the Montreal Canadiens, Ken Dryden, on this special edition tonight. I try to go back where I'm supposed to be. And that's where I'm supposed to be. Kev, Billy, D, Gary Conroy, everything. So that's something tonight, guys. I will give you about more minutes if you want to have anything. I can share with you a couple of news, if you don't mind, to finish the show tonight. Just give you a little bit more information. It's not big, about 4 news. First of all, guys, 2026 NHL trade deadline set for March 6th. Take a note. March 6th is the new date for the trade deadline and for the upcoming season. So I think it'll be important. And then one of the 5 players, some of you already, I think Dylan Dubé played already in KHL. But Alex Formenton left the Hammer and the Construction to play a return in hockey. Is going to play with the NL, the Switzerland, the Swiss Hockey League for the upcoming season. So Formenton is back on skate. Dylan Dubé is there. Carter Hart, we don't know yet. We have to wait for others. On the Montreal Canadiens, the ex-coach Michel Therrien retired At 61 years old, Michel Therrien left the TV and sport and all the media. He was participate as an analyst to retire now and completely announced he would never returning in NHL as a coach or assistant coach. Michel Therrien announced retire on that one. And finally, my last news, guys, is very funny. Well, it's very funny. Maybe for the French people, if maybe you don't understand the English, maybe someone knows. Rudolph, you should help me on that one. But the story about Rob Hudson make a little bit and impact on news around the Montreal Canadiens and Lane Hudson. But Lane Hudson, for me, is la bouillie pour les chats in French. Sign is USA paperwork. So don't expect Lane Hudson with Team Canada. I don't know what that was trying to accomplish, but I just want to share with you guys information about Lane Hudson. La bouillie pour les chats. Rudolph helped me about that one. For that one. Trivia question. Which future Hall of Famer did Ken Dryden famously replace as a starting goalie just before the 1921 playoff leading to a Stanley Cup win? So who was the goaltender Montreal Canadiens before he get there? Tony Esposito was a 69. Rogatien Vachon could be a possibility. Jacques Plante was straight before that. Memories is not perfect. If I have to guess, I go with Vachon, but I could be wrong. Justin Laframboise, welcome back. Rogatien Vachon, like him, a great goalie. Tony Esposito, Alex Luc Lafortune. Come Wesley. Billy. That's complicate my life right now. Gogol is cheap. Gum Wesley. That could be him. Play straight hockey back in the days. Everybody want to be Guy Lafleur, Larry Robinson, or Ken Dryden. He hit me at the guys this morning and the news of Dryden. Great point about that, Gary. I was 3 years old. Don't ask me. 007. Yeah. Gum Wesley could be one, and Rogatien Vachon. But if you think about this, that's two names. We add Tony Esposito. That's three names. And then we don't talk about yet about Ken Dryden. How deep it was the Montreal Canadiens at the goaltender position. And we talk about Vachon, Wesley, Ken Dryden, Jacques Plante, Tony Esposito. That's crazy if you think about that. Philippe Mir, look. Vachon look good. Salut, Nicolas. I will number 29 back this year. Ab will wear 29 back this year. Gum Wesley was there before Dryden and Tony Esposito as well. Bonnie, Michel Larac, Dryden colors commentary during the 1980 Olympic hockey was the epitome of the professionalism, showcasing his humility, intelligence, and knowledge of the game and of the moment. You know, this is a great point about Ken Dryden. We talked about this a little bit early, about the human being, the person, and this charisma is got when you see the big 6'4" show up in the room. I did not have the time. I did not have an opportunity to meet him. I did a lot of conference, hockey coaching conference, and I never have a chance to see Ken Dryden. I met many of them, like Maurice Richard and Lambert Tremblay, and I met many times. And I ref many games of the. I ref. Sometimes they play dans la région de Mauricie, à la ref, or interact at the hockey tournament with different personalities from the Montreal Canadiens, like Roadrunner, Guy Lapointe, Serge Chavard. But Ken Dryden, I don't think I met him. Is it not crazy? Now we have Montebo. Yeah, like Comboisley is still winning at the Taverne. Les fantômes du forum ont possédé Ken Dryden. Don't forget Michel Blas. He was the Racicot before Racicot. Michel Blas was not the first 1963. And I have the honor of having the best collection of the goaltender all the time in NHL. You're right about that, Mr. Nartap. I've always great goaltender. So they have two goaltender in 1970. Ken Dryden, Philippe Mir, and Rogatien Vachon was the answer. Oh, not too bad. I'm a little bit more happy right now about my answer, Mr. Nartap, about Rogatien Vachon. He was the goaltender, 47 game for Rogie, and 30 for Philippe Mir, 6 for Ken Dryden. That year, guys, Mac Dartzef, Jean Béliveau, Phil Roberto, Pete Maravlich, Bobby Sheehan et Jacques Lemaire. Hat trick. Phil Roberto, he became general manager of the Columbus Cottonmouth, maybe the nickname, and the Central Hockey League. I met him many times. I was going there for many reasons. Phil Roberto. Then you have Larry Kish, long time ago, playing with the Montreal Canadiens. He was the GM of the Baton Rouge Kingfish, where Pierre Maguire started his career on the marketing and hockey. Pierre Maguire, for that. I play hockey with Ken Dryden, daughter and law. Nice to see you in our tap. Bonnie Larocque, audio. Luc, Ron, hello, beep beep, my friend Gary Cournoyer. Oh, David is play all his credit here. For that one. Rogie Vachon. He was only, guys, 5'7", Vachon. He played 7 years with the Los Angeles Kings. Vachon, he was straight November 4, the following year. Trade par le Montreal to the Los Angeles Kings. Again, another goaltender. Dennis DeHordy, Dale O'Ginson, Noel Price, and Doug Robinson. Dennis DeJordy. His name was Dennis Emile. Play only 300 games in NHL. Play only 1 year with the Montreal Canadiens. Play 7 games. Not looking good between the pie. Gave 4 goals for that. Trade pour le Montreal Canadiens with a player's name letter. Future concession. Germain Gagnon, Alex Campbell, and Glenn Resch to the New York Islanders. What? Hold on, man. The Montreal Canadiens will, with a player name letter, future concession, Germain Gagnon, Alex Campbell, et Chico Resch to the New York Islanders. Why did Montreal would trade him? I don't get it. Trade pour le Montreal Canadiens with a plan de mail futur président Alex Campbell et Denis Jordan to the New York Islanders. Interesting. The Montreal Canadiens have Glenn Resch. Is it right? He never been draft. Glenn Resch. It looked like the right of Glenn Resch was for the Montreal Canadiens. David never tried to speak French. Look at Subem, how he was hype, always happy. You cannot say that for Price. Danny, welcome back in the house. Welcome, everybody. Love you, Ken Dryden. You was the reason I became a goalie, Danny. Danny was a goalie, guys. I think for me, when you imagine Danny, you know, the picture of Danny and the personality of Danny, in my opinion, he looked like more Gum Worsley at Ken Dryden. On that one. Luciano is in the house. Where we have two goalies, leave Montreal, but a good player and return name, Michel Larocque. Michel Larocque. And I love trading with the Habs. There was a 4 in the lineup. Dan Asham and, of course, Colette Asham. Welcome, everybody. We go through all the Ken Dryden guys. I'll give you a little bit more time to talk in the chat. It was a special edition of the Ken Dryden and the Carey Price tonight. Two Canadiens lost, two players, two historic goaltender in Montreal the same day. And I just want to share that moment tonight. And it was the first 60 minutes. Now we're just checking in the chat what's going on. So keep up with everything here, guys. Danny looked like more rescue. I didn't want to hurt his feeling in our tap. So I said, you know, I will go with that one. Right, we have two goalies leave Montreal, but got a player and return name Larocque. Georges Larocque. He signed with the Montreal Canadiens as a UFA. Danny, I can't spot the leave anymore. Ghislain Framboise, Michel Bonny. What was the reason behind Bonny? Right on the more goalies. Yeah, the one we buy and the trophy shop, Danny. Yeah. Montreal Canadiens, you know, with Carey Price departure happening on the weekend, that opened 4.6. You have a rumor right now, and maybe in the chat, the fact we can stay a bit longer. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. Tomorrow night, guys, we start the new show, the Red Lights, tomorrow night. Until Inatab come back in the show, I'm going to do it alone. Monday, we're going to have Jim Beringer for the NHL week. And then we have Wednesday night, the Habs Hump Day with Marco Larabie. We are on conversation, guys, to make something special. It will take a couple of weeks to confirm, but we try to do something. We're going to see if it works. If it works, that would be awesome for the channel and for you guys like to what talking about hockey. But we have to wait the outside of that. There are rumors around the Montreal Canadiens. In our tab, we talked about this early in the chat group we got. And don't forget, guys, to join our Discord. Our Discord is always open 24 hours. And about the rumor, the Montreal and the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins tried to trade Casey de Middlestad or Pavel Zeka. The proposal was Owen Beck, a second-round pick, and Jadon Struble for Pavel Zeka. I don't like the proposal. I like Zeka. I will tell you why. It all depends on the cost. And they have a reason behind that. The Boston Bruins are a team built right now with McEnroy, Swimmen, Pasnak. They are the three now. Everybody left the building. They signed 2 years ago Zadorov, and they have Langholm. They got, of course, Langholm, the under Langholm, Hampus as the defenseman. They have players like Kiki and Middlestad and Zaka, but it's not a great team anymore. Is it 3 players can make it friends? I'm not sure. I think for me, the Boston Bruins, where the pipeline is not great, they got now Jimmy Higgins coming. If they don't hit well the beginning season, after a 20-game example, and they are 6, 7, and they are the last position, they know they're going to make the playoff. Don't be surprised early the season Boston make a move. Not to rebuild, but to retool. And they were looking for picks. I don't know if Zaka can have a first-round pick. I'll be surprised. I think the Boston Bruins, if they trade Zaka, they're going to looking for a second-round pick like Montreal, maybe a player established in NHL, or maybe 1 or 2 prospects, and one of them could play in NHL. That's my projection for that trade. I did not mention any name right now. But wild coach Pavel Zaka. But they have a good thing about Pavel Zaka behind that. First, is size, 6'4". Second, is a left shooter. Third, is face-off, 53%. 4, he have an average of 53 points the last 3 seasons in NHL. 5, he has only a contract at $4.7 million. 6, only for the next 2 years. The 7, his age bracket are at the limit of can use. Not perfect. If Zaka was 25, that would be changed completely. He's 28. But because he had 2-year contract, it could be a transition players for the Montreal Canadiens if the cost is good. If it's too high, I will not get there. What he can get in trade, I don't know yet. I don't know. Can they trade Kirby Dach for Zaka plus a second-round pick? Something to think about. Can they trade Joshua Roy, William Trudeau, second-round pick? Is it enough? I don't know. The most important thing is for Zaka, it's not to get your biggest chip, to maybe get a younger players. A McDavid, a Bernier, those players at 22, 24, 25 is the perfect trade for the Montreal Canadiens. Depends the cost. But for me, Zaka could be a good fit for the Montreal for right now. Long term, I don't know. But again, would be interesting what could happen. Jose would never rat me out for that one over there. Um, Guys, I will take a moment here. Um, catch you all on the next one. Mr. Butch, have a good night. I will give up Doc. What has bucket up this summer? Put on the 15 pounds. Montreal proposed Laney, New Hook, or Dak, or Madison, and neither Anaheim or Boston are interested. Ghislain. Sorry, it was wrong. Danny. Triple W, catch you on Mark. Boston are working physical team. How to imagine what 15 there, but they do need offense. Saka has speed, physical. He can play a solid defensive as well. I want to see Beck and Montreal, nowhere else. I agree with you, by the way. PLW. I will not trade Owen Beck alone, for sure. By the way, guys, we take a moment here. First of all, Inartap is really active in the chat, so glad to see you, my friend Inartap. We'll always pray for you. We pray also for Luciano Graziano, for his mom. But I want to take a moment here, if you don't mind. We are its friend kind of channel. We have a good group of people, and we are not Tony Marina Row. What I respect, and we are not like anybody else. My point behind that is Jose Duarte yesterday. What a great week about Super Chat, guys. First, constantly Mark Elliott. Thanks so much for all the Super Chat. Ozu Murphy hit the highest Super Chat this week. Thanks so much. Jose Duarte yesterday, guys, gave us 100 super chat yesterday, 2 times of $50. Jose Duarte. And I apologize. I wish I have time to talk with each one of you one by one. I cannot. I have no time. We become friends online, but Jose, a couple of years ago, had a really bad surgery. On the neck area. That time, Danny was very active within our tab, Luciano. We talk a lot online, and Jose was very active too. And the health of Jose about the neck, but it became worse now. And I don't know what happened to him, but he has now the cancer. And I would like to be sure all of you can pray and thought about Jose Duarte. Many of you maybe not too much know Jose. He's a big friend of Toronto Maple Leaf. He's been a moderator here. He'd be a big friend for all of us. Maybe some of you never heard him because you don't see him a lot anymore, but still have Jose on our heart and as a friend. And I'll be, if you can, pray for him. On the health side, he struggled for the last couple of years, and financially, everything. So, to be what he did last night for me was like a heartbreak for me when he told me that online last night. And I just want to share with that story because the people share with me, and I want to everybody know I have nothing to hide here, and at least at the moment, tell me don't tell anybody, so I will respect their wish. But this is what we build here. It's a small community of people, great people, human beings. We've been more holder to other channels. I'm okay with that. Have no problem with that part. And when I turn the camera on, what you see in front of you right now on the phone or computer, my face is the same guy you can see off camera. Humble. Right now I live in the jungle Italian with not much, and I'm okay with that. I make that channel not for make the money. I make that channel to have a great time where I can share my passion. If I can bring entertaining with, fun with, and to have a great place to hanging out as a human being, as a person. And that's it. Now, that said, the channel had to survive. I know you know what I mean, for 3 years or 5 years has been not easy, up and down. And some of you know exactly what's going on, and that's okay. So I'm not complaining a lot. I don't ask anything. My point of view is this is who we are, real, honest, with just great people around. And I just ask you, please, if you don't mind, to pray for Jose Duarte. That'd be great. And behind a cloud, always have a sun. We just have to be patient. And during those moments, adversity, challenge, you cannot give up. You have to have strength. You have to believe. You have to have faith. And keep pushing. Keep forward. One step at a time. One brick at a time. And that's the only thing we can do. And I just want to sharing that moment of the special night of the live stream about Ken Dryden and Carey Price. So all the people in the chat, we appreciate a lot to be with us tonight. Don't forget, please, to click on the likes before you leave the building. Tonight was a special night because usually we don't do anything Saturday, but I think it was a necessary, a must to sharing our loss of Ken Dryden. One of you, many of you, was the favorite players and the impact of Ken Dryden during the dynasty of Montreal Canadiens. And that proof life is short, life is fragile. Just enjoy every single day with happiness. I'm not sure if you can be successful, but I think you can find more happiness. And what bring you joys? What bring you good time? And make this possible. Search, find it, and keep it, because we love it. That's it. That's all for me tonight. Usually, I play a special music, the another break. Mac Elliott for another goal, a super shot of Mac Elliott tonight, guys. He did it again. Unbelievable, Mac Elliott. And we have to go, a friend. We need to find a name on that one, honestly. And but we did not get that name yet. Here we go. Mark. Thank you. Super chat, first goal of the night by scoring by Mr. Mark Elliott, assist by Mr. Enartap on that one. Mr. Enartap scored a great goal, a great assist on that one. And I'm going to get an assist to Mr. Danny. Can you imagine Danny and Enartap on the same line? We talk about speed. That's the reason they called that line the turtle line. I don't know why they called the turtle line, because they like to go to the buffet, Danny and Artap. So Mark keep scoring, but Danny struggling to follow the play, and Artap barely make it. So that's the reason we call them the turtle line on this one. Anyhow, guys, usually when we do here, we leave the building with the music and the booyah, everything like that. I want to finish that show, guys, to recognize again Ken Dryden and Carey Price for one more time. I appreciate a lot for all of you. Mark, thanks so much again, super chat. Don't forget, guys, you want to help in the channel, honestly, the Patreon. The Patreon is a new way to help in the channel. You can give anyone, you can give whatever you want to give at the Patreon. We write now article every single day. I'm contributor of the Hockey Hot Stove. And of course, I write now on the Patreon. I think we have 3-4 members. But I think this is the place you should learn and to maybe get all the articles I write every single day. Sometimes it's Fun Team, NHL, Montreal Canadiens. Please, this is the best way to helping the channel by the Patreon. Until then, my friend, we wish you an amazing great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m., we are back for another Montreal Canadiens show. And we're going to be back now for every single week, a single day next week. I can't wait to see all of you. Prospect are playing the KHL now. The KHL is back. The VHL is back. The MHL is back. Many championship hockey league is back now. Many hockey is done. Go back on the TV online. That's where you can watch all the free game. And of course, the best place to learn about what's going on is at Montreal Canadiens here at the Hockey Nation show. So thanks everybody to be a part of the show. And of course, I want to mention one more thing, guys. Don't forget to join the fantasy hockey. If you want to participate, we're missing two GM, I believe. KLS is back with us for the upcoming season. Glad to see that today. And we're looking for Henry Wong and someone else. If you want to go back, you have about 3 more days to let me know. If not, we're looking for more GM. You can join us now. And the Discord, this is the best place to talk about hockey 24 hours. This Discord with many of you know what's going on there. We have 3 different locker rooms. The Hockey Nation locker room number 1, the news article to hear a little bit more about what's going on, the trends. And the number 3 is the fantasy hockey with the prospect. They are the 3 locker rooms of the hockey we provide on the Discord. Until then, my friend, wish you an amazing, great night. Thanks so much to be with the Hockey Nation show. Mark, of course, thank for the spare chat. Danny, Luciano, Ron, and in our tap as a moderator. Thanks, Danny, to join us more often. Everybody else, pray for Jose Tuarde and our tap, Luciano, and many others. And then, of course, take a time tonight to think about Ken Dryden, his family. One the legend, true great goaltender, and the Montreal Canadiens organization lost during the weekend. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night, weekend. I will see you tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Booyah!
2 Canadiens legends, Dryden and Price. From generation to generation, the Montreal Canadiens have been defined by greatness between the pipes. In the 1970s, it was Ken Dryden, calm, unshakable, larger than life. Decades later, it was Carey Price, modern, spectacular, carrying the hopes of a city. Tonight, we remember 2 goaltenders, 2 icons who made Habs fans believe. In 1971, a rookie goalie named Ken Dryden stunned the hockey world. He led the Canadiens past Boston, past Chicago, and straight to the Stanley Cup. It was the beginning of a dynasty, 6 championships in the decade, 5 Vezinas, and a legacy as one of the greatest to ever play. Dryden wasn't just a goaltender. He was a thinker, an author, a voice for the game. But on the ice, he was everything a fan could dream of, steady, fearless, unbeatable when it mattered most. He set the standard for what it meant to wear the Canadiens' crest. Years later, another goaltender carried that torch. Carey Price never won a Stanley Cup, but make no mistake, he dominated his position just as Dryden once did. An Olympic gold medalist, a Hart and Vezina winner, the all-time leader in wins for the Canadiens. Price gave Montreal everything he had, night after night. He was calm under pressure, spectacular in the big moments, and the heartbeat of a franchise. For a new generation of fans who never saw Dryden, Price was that same larger-than-life figure. When he was in goal, the Canadiens always had a chance. 2 eras, 2 legends, both won Olympic gold, both dominated their time, both carried the weight of Canadiens history with grace, pride, and honor. For fans, they gave us something priceless, belief. The belief that our team could rise again. The belief that, no matter the opponent, Montreal had the best in net. Ken Dryden, Carey Price, different generations, same impact. They defined the Canadiens for decades, and they will forever live in our memories and in the hearts of Habs fans everywhere. 2 Canadiens legends, gone the same day, but never forgotten.